Hi everybody, Dragana here from Saacibo. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I have a new digital kit to share with you, and it is called Time Traveler. Let's go through it. It's divided in 3 sections: papers collection, ephemera pack, and pages collection. And there's also a free download, which I'll talk about in the end. And this digital kit I created actually created for myself first. I wanted to make a journal for my brother for his birthday, and I realized I have only papers that were more like girly kind of papers, you know, butterflies and flowers and little pretty laces and things, and I didn't think he would really like that. So I had a look through some of my jelly prints that I've done recently, and I realized I have quite enough in there to do a nice, you know, steampunk, manly, I should say, pack. And it worked really well. I really enjoyed myself, but I had to actually really strain myself not to add any butterflies or dragonflies, little cute things like that. It's really hard, but I think it worked in the end. I asked my husband what he thinks about. He says, oh, you should add more cars, or, you know, guitars or things like that, but you know. Anyway, this is the also part of the ephemera kit. I included 2 digital collage pages that can be cut out to make tags, and it was really fun. Like, I've done other digital kits lately and I still haven't made anything with them or done a video, but I was just inspired to do this one, and I thought I'll just do it because I want to finish the journal as soon as possible and send it to my brother. He lives in Australia. I haven't seen him since, you know, before the COVID, and I really wanted to do this for him, and I will do one for his son as well. You know, I don't think they've ever owned a junk journal, so it will be a nice surprise. Okay, so you've seen me go through all 3 collections: paper collection, ephemera pack, and pages collection. Also today I decided to include two of these digital collages. They're different. They might look similar to the ones that I presented earlier in the ephemera pack, but they're actually different. There's 4 of them, but 2 I'm actually putting on my website, and they're free to download and use, you know, to try them out and see what you think. And I will put the link in the description box below for all of these, and also for the free download. I thought it turned out well. It was something new for me, you know, all greys and browns and kind of neutrals. No purples and pinks this time. It still works. I had fun. So I want to show you now what I've been making with these. This is what I come up with. I thought one for my brother, one for my nephew. I'll just go through these. They haven't been bound. I just picked the papers, and I'm still deciding on what sort of cover I want, but I thought I'd do, for this one I do that at the start, probably glue these 2 and make a pocket. This is just a scrapbooking paper, that's from the ephemera pack. I wanted to make like a little, you know, maybe a pocket with a belly band or something like that. This is just planned. I included one of my jelly prints that was done on the envelope. Now here there's some scrapbooking paper, again a doily that I painted blue, a map that I want to turn into an envelope. That's the graph papers from the Pages collection. Again, some envelope. Oh, this is just the paper I had. This as well. Like, I didn't use only this digital pack, I used some other ones as well. That's from the Pages collection. This as well. This is just some wrapping paper, again from Pages collection, and this is just a coloring page that I had, and I thought it would just look good in this one. That's the pages I selected for this journal. It's going to be just one signature, and obviously these haven't been cut or prepared or decorated at all. I'm just going to do that now, but that's just how I select the papers for my signatures. You know, I have them like this, and I, you know, okay, here I decided to do like a pocket one here. This is just 6x6 paper, and I'll just use this postcard from the pack to make another pocket. And these postcards I printed on both sides, so they can just go somewhere in there. And for the cover of the signature, I thought if I use this page on the outside and that one on the inside, I don't want to crease it, you know, properly, because I want it to be a little bit rounded. But for the inner papers, I was thinking of maybe just doing that and joining them on top and the bottom and leaving this open as a pocket. My first idea was to glue them together to make them a bit thicker, but then I thought it would be a waste since I have printed on a thicker cardstock. Why not just make a pocket? I could even go all the way there, but then it will be hard to actually open up. So maybe like that, and the same over here, and that would be the cover. And then later on I was thinking of doing a cover, soft cover, with some old leather jacket that I was given recently, and I'll just do like a soft cover over, but that's something to think about later. So that's one of them, and the other one is also quite similar, a similar principle, just a little bit of different papers on the inside, some wax paper, and as you can see also I use different pages, and not just from this digital pack, but also from other, you know, other papers that I had. So for today I thought I start by making this cover first. So I think I want to ink the edges here. And I don't know, should I actually put like a little notch or not? I don't know. And I would have to trim this about half an inch. So let's see. I won't be measuring or anything like that. I'll just do it. Yeah, it seems about right now. Perhaps you've noticed that the papers that I've shown you in the pack are actually darker color than the ones I'm using here, and this is because I printed those just with the standard setting, and I printed the other ones on high settings, high quality setting, which uses a lot more ink, and that's why it turns darker. So yeah, it's good to know that if you have any digital kits, sometimes you want them lighter or darker. It depends what settings you select when you're printing, and the results will obviously depend on that. But I was thinking, actually, I don't know when I would do it, but I thought it would be good to actually do a tutorial on printing digitals. You know, how to print and how to, you know, get good quality prints on your regular printers. Alright, so that would be my cover. And now I can either glue this down or just do the sewing thing. I don't know, what should I do? I think sewing would be good. I don't know, let's just ink this first. I'm just using this hickory smoke. It gives me a really nice grey. If I do this totally black on this light color paper, I don't think it would look that good. I don't want the strong effect, I want it still to be subtle. I'm going to just glue it first. I'll just use a glue stick because I don't want the papers to move when I'm sewing, so it's good to secure them. And I printed these, forgot to say, I printed these borderless on 160 GSM. I glue that slightly down. I'm just going to take to the sewing machine and I will do the same with this one and I will be back. Nice, they look really good. I ended up doing a zigzag stitch, but I didn't go all the way to the edge, and I picked grey thread and this light brown in the bobbin. There is a little bit of like a brownish, rusty or yellowish, orangey orange color like on this side. Anyway, so that would be my covers for the signatures. I mean, I suppose it can be a cover in itself, but just the paper itself is not thick enough to actually serve as a cover. That's why I'm going to have this inside of a soft cover. Alright, so let's have a look here. How should I do this? Now I want these pockets this as a pocket and that as a belly band. Alright, so these need to be trimmed, obviously. They are a little bit too wide, and just put a little mark. And I'll do the same with these ones. I'll just copy what's there. I had this guillotine for like 20 years now and I never use it. Can never be bothered taking it out, but it is really handy. think about it. Let's just check if this looks alright. Does. Okay, let's ink. This is sort of a similar process to how I do most of the journals. I basically complete almost everything and then I bind it. Simply because if I want to do some painting or stamping or stenciling, it's much easier to do it before the journal is bound. That's basically it. That's why I'm doing it. So, and I always start from the covers. I do spend a lot of time picking out the papers. That's probably most of the work done once I pick the papers. And you know, it took me last night about 3 hours to pick the papers for those 2 journals. I just couldn't decide what I wanted in there. And I didn't want it to be just all digitals. I wanted to be also, you know, to have different things, especially when it comes to my brother. I just wanted to include some things that I know he would appreciate, and just some memories, you know. I'm just gluing this in place. Just on the sides, because I want this to be a belly band. And now the bigger piece, should I have it just as a pocket or have it also as a belly band? It's quite large, but you know, perhaps I can trim it a little bit or not. I'll just go with the original idea. I'll have that as a belly band. Put some glue, but I will do the stitching the same as I did before. It's just, I don't know, I just don't trust glues that much. And I like the look of sewing. One thing I forgot to check. Suppose I can fold this now properly. But I'll just do a soft fold. I won't go too hard. I'm gonna need to trim. I will need to trim this just slightly. And when it comes to, you know, taking a little bit off, it's much better to do it with a knife and a ruler, because those guillotines, you know, when you have to do something so tiny, they tend to kind of you start good and then it just, I don't know, or maybe I'm not doing it properly, I don't know. That's probably one of the reasons I stopped using them. To ink the edges of this page. I rushed into doing this video without really planning much, so now I don't know if I should continue filming the whole making of this journal or you know, just do it and then show you. I have no idea. But I know if I decide to film the whole process, it is going to be in several episodes because it takes a lot of time to actually do a journal. Okay, we said here we want a pocket. Again, I won't go all the way to the edge, only about there. And here also I didn't go all the way, so about here. That's hard. I'm going to ink this. I'll decide later if I want to decorate these pockets a little bit more. This is just like now putting it all together. Like I might actually add some pictures and clusters and things like that, but for now I'm just doing the basics, or I don't know, the skeleton, I suppose, of this journal. I want that there. I'm not going all the way to the edge. I'm just leaving about a couple of millimeters. Good. So now I want to take this to my sewing machine. I'll do a zigzag stitch here and a zigzag stitch there, similar to this. And also I will do one like that. And that will show on this side, but I don't mind. And I will do the same for the other journal since I'm doing two at the same time. So, and then I will show you what they look like. Alright, I think they look good. As you can see, there's I've done a zigzag stitch there and there. You can see it on the inside, but that's fine. So we have like a belly band and a belly band, and then we have a double pocket in here. Okay, and I think this one was from that journal. That one was from that one here as well. A similar principle. I just use different cards, but same scrapbooking paper. I'll have to trim these threads later on, but I won't worry about it now. And I don't know how long's this video been going on, but perhaps I can do a few more pages. I'll just have a look. What else can we do? So it's going there. This one is good as it is. This one, I don't know, inking perhaps. I think I want to ink that one. Now here I have this. I have to do something with that. And there I probably want to do like a thorn edge. Maybe I'll just do it now so I don't forget. Oh, I love that. The look of paper that's been not just torn but burnt. I remember as a kid in primary school we used to have those, I suppose they were like junk journals. I think I have one somewhere saved. And that book would go from one person to the next in your class, and they would write things for you there, and then you'll have like a questionnaire. And we used to love making burnt edges with real flame to make them really nicely decorated. And it was almost like a competition who's going to have a better looking book. And this is a piece of scrapbooking paper. It was sent to me by Steffi, and I want to use it in this journal. It's really nice. So you see, doing these things, inking and stuff, it's much easier now before the journal is bound, I think, anyway. Don't have to be so careful then not to damage things. It's nice. And I have some of this paper here, and I don't know, I don't like that it's been cut so precisely, so I'm just going to tear it. I think a bit of inking the edges just lightly. I like having uneven pages, like one is bigger, one is smaller, because I like to see them layered up. I like to see how they look against each other. Suppose it's like a picture painting in layers, and you just peel off the layers until you get to the core. You see, you have that and that, and then this. Okay, this is a doily that I painted. Actually, I used my Gelli plate, I think. Yeah, I wanted an imprint of a doily, so I placed it on my Gelli. And it picked up the color, and it's just really cute. And my brother knows how to crochet real doilies. I have a few of his. Maybe I should include one in this journal. Now I want to do something with this envelope. This is just a map that I cut into an envelope shape, but I want to put something on the inside. I might use some of the papers from the pack. Perhaps this one. This is the one from the pack. And I want to put it, I don't necessarily want to glue it there, so just put a middle part, and which way does it go? It's so busy I can't see anything. Okay, like that. Yep, that would work. So I need to take the measurements. There to about there, and I'll have to trim off the white. Let's hope it's going to work. Since the paper is a bit shorter. I might actually just, can I make this? No, this is supposed to be here. That's right. Suppose I don't have to glue it all the way to the bottom, but then it wouldn't really be firm enough. Or I can do half there and then half on top. I think I want to do that, because by adding this piece of paper on the inside, I'm making this envelope a bit stronger. So let's see, where does this, so I need to cut it there. Perhaps I can have this on top. What does that look like? Or maybe have this one on top. That would be interesting. I'll just glue this one first. I don't need to do anything but just glue it. I'll just add a touch of glue just to the top part, touch of this stronger glue. And this thing here, I think I just want to glue that. Okay. Now I can just ink the edges a little bit. These are torn edges. I actually didn't cut this, I was tearing the paper. And I was trying to get it to be the right shape, and I kept folding it, and that's why it's just so wrinkled now. But you know, it adds to the touch. Looks much older than it is. Let's just glue this. Now I can ink these edges as well. There, I'll just trim off this. Suppose I can just glue it and then cut it. Might be easier. like how it looks. Perhaps I could round the corner here. Have a look what it looks like in the journal. So I'm afraid that is it for today. I don't want this video to be too long, and I will need obviously more time to complete the journals, but I'll try and do as much as I can on the camera, so stay tuned for the next episode. Bye for now.